Hey, it's Colin Rudin. You might be watching this on two channels, either my channel, Tri-State Yukimons, or Don't Ask, I made it when I was younger, or House of Champions. So either one you're watching on, go subscribe to the other one. This is a regional deck profile. I did a burning, or I'm doing a Burning Abyss, because I was asked to. There was two regionals I topped with this deck. One was the Philadelphia regional, and then this last weekend was the Maryland regional. And I was only 4 cards different, and those 4 cards were just like change of protection cards based on like the meta, because it was like a month in between them. So like the differences is I didn't play these 4 Solemns, and instead at the Philly regional and played a 3 Karma Cut and a 3rd Gamma Seal, because I expected a lot of BA mirrors, because there was a lot of BA mirrors. And Karma Cut's also good against Blue Eyes, and no one was playing Pendulum. But now BA is really is played a lot less. It's probably the least represented deck, and everyone's playing like Pendulum, and this deck can't like beat Pendulum. And then the Psalms are also just better against Blue Eyes than Karma Cut, but both are good. But I would just rather play the card that's just insane against Blue Eyes and Pendulum. And it's also, they're not bad in the mirror. Like, they're not like as good as Karma Cut, but they're still not bad in the mirror. Okay, so here's the deck. I'm not going to go into too many details about stuff that's obvious for those. Tour Guide, 3 Skarm. Okay, so I'm actually going to talk about this real quick, because I just want somebody to understand why 3 is right, because you want to open this or mill this in every opening hand, because you want to add Tour Guide for your next turn. It doesn't matter if you open 2 or mill 2, it doesn't matter. You just, or 3. You just want it turn 1 so you can get Tour Guide, because if you're making a Beatrice and you're like farfering their play for a little bit, then that doesn't do anything. You're not like putting any pressure on. But if you like farfer them and then on the next turn like can just kill them, then that's like why it's good. So like I feel like every time I make Beatrice, if I just like didn't have Skarm, then I'm like a lot further behind than I could be. So that's why somebody gives a real answer rather than just being like, you know, I don't know why someone wouldn't play 3 or something like that. 3 Farfa, obviously, Graph, Seer, Libic, Calcab, Alec. I'm not sure if this card's necessary anymore. It's nice to have for like Flying Sea to like overlay with, or like end phase activate Spirit of White and you chain Beatrice and this and negate their Spirit of White. Well, they activate Stone and then get Spirit of White and negate. And then Barbar, obviously. 3, 2, 1. You don't need more than one of this. You only need one of this for the 1000 play, and you want to have more than these of these. 2 Maxi, because it's good against like Pendulum. It's guaranteed to cycle on your opening turn, and so that's good. And then against Blue Eyes and BA, it's just like the nut. So that, and then 2 main deck Gamma Seals. This card is great against the Mirror and Blue Eyes. If you draw it against Blue Eyes, you basically win, because like this deck like can take a while to grind through Spirits. So, but if you just open this and you play it, then they just like can't win anymore. And then it's like against BA Mirror, you do it to Beatrice, you win. And then like it's like against Pendulum decks, it's not even that bad game 1, because you can just like out Kirin with it and then start playing. So I definitely think it's worth main decking. Then spells, Thriller, Foolish, and Rhoda. I didn't play Twin because it's good in the BA mirror, but it's not like amazing. Like Gamma Seal and Maxi are better game 1, and like I already explained why I played these traps. Yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Twin. And then Blue Eyes doesn't do anything. And like Metalfoes, you don't lose to their monster or to their scales, because they can just like keep adding them back with like Metalfoe counter and just like playing new scales. So you just like, that's not a winning strategy against them. So I just don't think Twin's worth main decking. It's not bad, but I'm not sure if it's just like worth main decking. It's only 5 spells. 3 Fog Blade, 3 Strikes, Warning, and Emptiness, because you just win against everything. So I'll explain. I don't play Desires, and I think Desires is broken in literally every deck. I think every deck should be 40 with 3 Desires, except Burning Abyss. And the reason is not because Banish Seer or Banish Graph, like that doesn't matter. Like I banish Seer and Graph phase down to draw 2 literally every time. It's like because of matchup basis, because how the meta is right now. Against the BA Mirror, I can attest to this. Ryan can attest to this. Pretty much, I'm pretty sure Calvin can attest to this too. If somebody activates Desires in the BA Mirror, you can just start playing a really certain way where you just like don't allow you to lose. You just like wall up with like Fog Blades and just a bunch of guys. And then you just like deck them out like for free, because they got rid of 12 cards. So you just basically can't activate it in the mirror and expect to win if they're decent. and then Blue Eyes is the one that's actually the most difficult. So Blue Eyes ends up being usually a really, really, really long grind game where you eventually just win. Like you just kill them in one turn, but after a really, really long grind. So like if you banish like 2 Fog Blades, or if you banish like both like usually banishing cards like Gamma Seals and Strikes and Warnings don't matter because they're not searchable. So like, but Blue Eyes you usually go through like most of your deck because the games are so long. And so like banishing like that and like banishing like maybe 2 Cloaks or like 2 Boots or banishing Libic, or banishing like 2 Farfas. There's like a whole bunch of like random like little stuff, or banishing Gloves is really important. Like a bunch of little stuff that if you just like happen to banish them, it's just really, really hard to win against Blue Eyes, where if you've already gotten to the long game against them and haven't just like gotten blown out early game, you're gonna win anyways. So it's just like really bad against Blue Eyes too. Against Pendulum is actually insane because you just want to get to your broken cards like Strike and Emptiness. But there's no point in like signing them or like maining them just for the Pendulum matchup. But it's just that Blue Eyes and BA, it's just like so bad to activate Desires in that it's just like not worth main decking it in this deck. But every other deck, I think is worth playing 3 and 40 cards is correct. So yeah, it's main deck. 3 Dante, because I'm not Johnny Lee. Beatrice. Rome, because I'm not Calvin. Calvin's bad. 2, 1. Each of these. Pretty much the extra deck that everyone reasonable plays. Side deck. I'm not even kidding either. These 5 for the mirror. Yeah. The 3rd Gamma Seal for Blue Eyes. And Herald, I guess. 3 Twins. 3 Eclipse. I'll talk about this later. And then 3 Anti-Spell. So these are basically 3 spot for like Pendulum for Metalfoes, and the idea of this is like Jowgen and Kirin, you just like book them and then just like try to win like on the next like by either popping like both their scales and hoping they don't have another one because they can counter one back, or just like hoping you draw this plus Strike, Emptiness, or like a Solemn. But I don't think that's like a winning strategy. I think this card's really bad. So I haven't decided what I'm going to put in yet for the YCS, but I'm definitely not playing Vocal Eclipse for the Pendulum matchup. But these 3 should be something for the Pendulum matchup. But yeah, it's just a really standard Burning Abyss deck with no Desires, main deck Gamma Seals, and no Twins. And yeah, it's like I said, it's only like 4 cards, like different mains. This is a 3 Karma Cut and 3rd Gamma Seal main. And then side deck, I just didn't play Eclipse. I played like... yeah, I don't remember the differences. I just remember that the decks are really similar, and I know regional tops aren't like that big a deal, but just like the deck isn't like bad still. People like have written off the deck thinking it's underwhelming, but I think it's still a good deck. So that's it. Okay, see ya.